There were no votes taken in executive session. Correspondence? No. Yes. Okay. Okay. No public comments?
Do we have any public comment?
No, no, no.
Okay.
Okay. Superintendent?
Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the meeting. I'd like to start by calling Mr. Joe Goho, principal of North Providence High School, up to the podium. Mr. Goho is here to recognize the teachers and students who completed the Kingian Nonviolence Training Course.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the school committee, Superintendent Mariso. So tonight we are here to recognize the numerous faculty members who are here who have participated countless hours of their own time voluntarily for the betterment of our school community. So we really do appreciate what our teachers do for our students every single day in the classroom. And when teachers go above and beyond to help us develop a culture of positivity and respect and diversity and support for our students in this challenging world, we do want to recognize them for those extra steps that they take to ensure that we have a school community that is safe, supportive, and nurturing for all students. So just to give you a little bit of background about the Kingian Nonviolence Training, the purpose of the training is to develop leadership among teachers rooted in philosophies and methods of Dr. Martin Luther King. The training itself is facilitated by a curriculum developed by Dr. Bernard Lafayette and has been institutionalized through a course at the University of Rhode Island and the Institute for the Study and Practice of Peace and Nonviolence. This is a 16-hour course and empowers trainees to lead their own workshops for other colleagues and for students related to the concepts and philosophies presented in the training. And so as of tomorrow, Thursday, April 26th, following a 2-hour training after school, the participants in the first ever Kingian Nonviolence Training at North Providence High School will have completed their certification program. 2 teachers have led this initiative by volunteering their own time, starting with 2 weeks that they devoted at the University of Rhode Island last summer to earn their level 1 certification, and they conducted the training this entire school year for the teachers who committed to 16 hours of training during the year, and then the 2 teachers who led the initiative will also be committing more of their own time this upcoming summer to earn their level 2 certification. And we're really excited about the number of teachers who have participated and then the number of students who have joined our first ever Kingian Nonviolence student group. We have over 30 students who participated in the 16 hours of training as well, and the plan is to develop these students into leaders who will help facilitate more workshops in the future. And the goal is to train as many students as possible in the coming years through more workshops, and eventually by the 2019-2020 school year to run a course in conjunction with the University of Rhode Island, which mirrors the Kingian Nonviolent course currently offered at URI, and that would be hopefully for college credit. So at this time, I would like to recognize the teachers who have devoted their time during the summer and the school year voluntarily to lead this very important effort to help enhance our school culture and climate. The 2 teachers who led the initiative, Mr. and Mrs. Jason Ryan. So Jason Ryan and Amy Ryan from our English department, would you please stand? Appreciate it. Why don't you do that? You guys could come up and receive your certificate from the superintendent and the school committee. Okay, so the 7 teachers who volunteered 16 hours of their own time above and beyond the school day voluntarily to help initiate and be the pioneers of this first group, they are as follows. Holly Masso. Yep, come on up, Holly. Holly, come on up. Jason, I'm going to need you too, so come back up. Melissa Thomas. Deanna Perillo. Yeah. Yeah. Emmanuel Ramos. Christina Louth. Deborah Gianmarco. Oh, this is Christina. and Jacqueline Hilton. Thank you, Superintendent Maraso. We also have certificates that are going to be given to the students from the school department and the school committee, but at this time, just to say a couple of minutes about the whole initiative and our students who've participated, the person who helped initiate this, Mr. Jason Ryan.
Thank you very much, Principal Goho, and thank you, committee members and Superintendent Morisseau for recognizing all the hard work that these folks have done. I'll take the moment here to thank Principal Goho for supporting us in attending the training last year at URI. Amy and I spent the 2 weeks down there, really a life-changing experience, and we're extremely enthusiastic to bring that back to North Providence, especially in light of, the obvious elephant in the room, which is the fear that and anxiety that runs through so much of our student body as a result of gun violence in our country. So in reaction to the multitude of reactions to the Parkland shooting, we spoke with students and were compelled to really push this training this year. It didn't look like it was going to happen, but we're really glad that the students felt so compelled to become part of this. They have blown our expectations out of the water. Just today I heard from Melissa Thomas, who is an English teacher. She teaches American Studies and is one of the participants in our training. And just today she saw live play out in front of her Kingian nonviolence methods and principles being used as a way to debate and negotiate a conflict that was happening in her classroom. And to see students being able to take these ideas and immediately implement them into their own lives, not only in an educational climate such as our school, but taking that outside of the school, I think already shows us the impact that this potentially could have on our community, on our students, and the faculty in general. So again, thank you so much. We have a couple students in attendance tonight. It's tough to get them out on a school night. Most of the students are such hard workers that they're home doing homework or stuck with being at different meets or events. So we've got a table of students back here, and we've got Justice sitting as a lone wolf over here. You guys can stand up. And I'll just say while they're standing that, say what you will or think what you will about students and their ability to pay attention. These kids sat in a 6-hour training, 3 6-hour trainings, and I can't recall any moments where I was frustrated or having to get their attention or call them back to task. They are dedicated leaders in their community, and I'm sure this is not the last time you'll see them. Thank you so much.
On behalf of the North Providence School Committee and the school department, I'd like to congratulate all the participants. I know you did a lot of work with this program, and again, great job well done. Thank you. Next. And if someone wants to leave, they can. Good night, everyone.
I'd like to welcome representatives from Durham Bus Company this evening. They're here to provide the committee with an update about transportation services. So if you'd like to come forward to the podium. Steve Schmuck, who's been here before our committee in the past. He is are you still the regional director? You're still the regional director, okay. Regional director for Durham Bus.
Great.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm back before you today, obviously, to give you an update and talk about transportation in general and what we're focused on and working on and challenged with, and also have an opportunity to be here for you for any answers or asks and requests that you may have. So thank you for having me tonight. Appreciate it. We've obviously overcome a lot of things from the last time I was here. We've actually done a lot of implementation of route changes and kind of getting back to some hybrid scenarios, and I think we've continue to work at any efficiencies that pop up, whether it be in special education routing or timing with some of the building conflicts and some of the bell time challenges. Just natural industry stuff that we work with and try to improve on. On-time performance, I think, has been significantly improved from obviously when we first started, and lessons learned and some things have we've I think really kind of moved towards. Really where we're at is taking things to the next level and looking at what new changes may come in the district or needs that you may have to kind of look to new efficient solutions, and also look at obviously providing better resource and support to the parents through our bus tracker application, and where that stuff's been running and been tested and working very well. Looking forward to any feedback from anybody certainly on how that's going for them. We did make some changes, and I have with me tonight, I want to call them out, and if they can stand up, Carrie English is our new general manager for North Providence, here supporting you. Thank you. Thank you. Carrie comes with excellent school bus experience in the state of Rhode Island. She has jumped in and done an excellent job already and working with your community, and I really appreciate what she's doing. Also with me tonight is Francisco Montero. He is my area general manager. So this is a new role within our organization, supporting the state of Rhode Island with me to really partner through challenging solutions, look for better support and resources for my managers so that we don't make mistakes, so that we look at opportunities to improve, look at recruiting challenges and some of the things that we're challenged with on a daily basis. So thank you, Francisco. Appreciate it. Also comes with well over, I think it's almost 15 years of school bus experience in the state too. So excited to have them on my team.
Just have a comment, sir.
Please.
Yeah. You guys must be doing a much better job, because I'm certainly not getting complaints, and they were rampant at the beginning of the year. I'm around North Providence quite a bit, and at the beginning of the year, it was very difficult riding by a stop, because parents looked angry all the time. They were very upset, and you couldn't blame them what was going on. But apparently you've corrected the problems. I'm not getting the complaints that I was getting at the beginning of the year, thank God. And, obviously we want everything to run smoothly. The bus company is paid very well. So we ask that the service be top shelf, and I think we're getting there. So I just want to, you know that we tell you when there's a problem. But again, since things seem to be running more smoothly now, and so you're doing a better job, I guess. So again, thank you for that.
Thank you very much. That means a lot. We've really tried to work hard at where we came from and where we started, and I really appreciate those words. Thank you. It means a lot. We certainly aren't going to accept anything as far as the standard of being the norm. We're going to always challenge ourselves to always be better. One of the things that we're continuing to be challenged with, I think, as an industry, an organization, is low unemployment rates, driver availability, and recruiting, and that's something we're continuing to do. We've had some good successful job fairs. We continue to try to get our pipeline up so that we have enough drivers to fulfill the needs and be stable every day for your services. So we really appreciate that. Thank you. You're welcome.
Anyone else have any questions? No?
So I would just like to say, again, as the superintendent, I am very appreciative to Steve and his team for the communication, the support that you've given us, the constant, getting back to us quickly when we have concerns. It's really turned things around here for us, and I also appreciate the fact that you're being very proactive, and we're already starting to plan for the upcoming school year so that we have a very smooth summer and a very smooth opening to the school year. So, I really do appreciate all the support that I've been given, and our district's been given. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, if there aren't any further questions, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay,
Have a great evening.
thank you. Same to you. Next.
Okay, I'd like to just quickly explain something to the committee. I receive mail every single day, and it's a tremendous amount of literature that is mostly promotional. Dear school committee member, they make it look very officious. It's not. I received this, which was correspondence that, again, was not asked to be distributed to any of you tonight or anything. I haven't even had a chance to really look at it. It happened to be sitting there. It got included in your packets. It's nothing that you need to be alarmed about. You're certainly more than welcome to read it, but it was nothing that was supposed to have been given out to you prior, or nothing that you needed for tonight's meeting. I haven't had a chance to review it yet, so. Yeah, right. They distribute these things all over the internet. It might come in the form of an email. I typically will print these, read them, decide if it's anything, worth forwarding, or if it's just advertisement. So, just wanted to clarify. Okay, next is the update on the condition of the athletic fields. I believe Glenn is here, along with Jim Feroli, our Director of Facilities. This was a request by school committee to receive an update, so I'd like to welcome Jim and/or Glenn to the podium.
All right, so we got everything set. We've met with consultants. We've got prices. We've gotten construction prices. We know what we want to do. We know Hear me? Yeah. All right. We got prices. We met with consultants. We met with construction companies. We talked numerous with Joe and Glenn. The funding is what we're looking for. We're gonna need between $250,000 to $275,000. If we had it, we'd start already. We'd start tomorrow morning. Everything is in place to go. And that's a natural grass field, no artificial turf. Move the restrooms from the bottom up to the top to the concession stand, bring everything ADA compliance, do everything the right way. Drainage in the field, the sprinkler system in the field is a big part why it doesn't last, is too small.
So I know this has been on an agenda. I know that the parents that had come in front of us as well also went to the town council and have spoken with the mayor's office. As far as funding, I had a quick conversation with John last night that it's not in our current budget. I'm well aware that we have to look at all the numbers, but we have to come together either as a school committee or with the town council to figure out, because our fields are unsafe. And we risk injury, we risk significant injury to any athlete, not just from our school, but other visiting schools. And my question is, I know the girls' lacrosse team is the most recent parents that have called me, Glenn. Have we had to cancel any games due to the conditions of the field? Just rain. So it's not because the field, there was a safety issue. Well, there was a safety issue with the field, but it was just because of rain? Because of rain. So I guess I'm asking the committee that either we provide Mr. McNamee with some direction around the financing piece, we give Bridget the go-ahead to speak with the mayor and the town council with John to figure out where the funding is coming from, how we can work together to get it. But this is, it's not just a school department issue, because everybody uses that field. All of our town recreation jets, soccer leagues. So I think I would like to make a motion that we allow the superintendent and John to work with each other, and if necessary, the council, to figure out how we can provide the funding to ensure that we have fields that are safe and ready to go, because every time we put an athlete on them, we're risking them every time.
Excuse me, Anthony. Glenn, I'm trying to figure out if these fields are safe or not. Are they safe? Would you say the children that go on the field are risking an injury by going on them? So why do we have them go on there, if that's the case? I rest my case. Thank you.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. De Silva. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Thank you, Jimmy.
I know discussion is passed, but very quickly, will part of that discussion, part of that communication be look at grant writing and things of that nature?
Yeah, that was one of the things.
We had already said that, right?
The parents also brought that up. I believe even when they went to the council and to the mayor, they discussed that they'd be willing and open to provide any support necessary for grants that would help with funding.
Okay.
I think that's been discussed a little bit already, but not to the extent that the motion carries it further, which is good. Okay?
No, we're fine with the vote. I was just, I know we had discussed it before, and I just want to make sure we're still on the table.
All right, thank you. Next item.
Okay, next item, be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the monthly financial report as submitted.
Motion by Mr. De Silva.
Motion by Mr. De Silva, seconded by Mr. Iannetta. Discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the bids as submitted.
These bids have been reviewed by Mr. McNamee, I presume, right?
You've got one bid which was approved by the building committee last evening, which was for the construction testing of materials.
Okay.
That was going to be awarded to Briggs.
Okay.
And so that one we went out for bid ourselves. We don't do that through Gilbane because we have to hire the independent tester for that. The second one was an update on the food service. I think back in must have been the February meeting, you agreed to go out for bid. So I put together, we have to use the RFP that the Department of Education puts together. So I've put that together, and it's probably at least 6 inches thick. It's very specific. I sent it to RIDE. They've had it now almost 2 weeks. So I'm going to call them tomorrow, and they have to approve it before it goes out on the street. So all that information, I'm hoping that we would get that out on the street by next week, because we're getting to a point where we have to bring in if we bring in a new food service entity, you've got some of meals and things like that, so they have to kind of gear up for that. If we do have a transition, I think what happens is that the employees within the current food service wind up getting picked up. So it would probably be certainly a minimal loss of jobs within the district. So we're anticipating that we should have that out in the street hopefully by next week.
John, the only bid in our packet was the bids we've already discussed, but I know it says update on RFP for food services. Should we have anything on that?
I can send you the bid if you'd like, but it hasn't gone out yet.
Okay.
It's being subjected.
Yep, that's
Once
fine. Thank
RIDE
you.
approves it, I can send you a copy if you want to see.
Yeah,
But
please. Thank you.
it's fairly detailed.
A 6-inch copy.
Well, it's copies of the agreements.
It's digital, so it's easier.
Yeah, I send in a PDF.
Yeah, I recommending this, right?
What's that?
You're recommending a vote on this tonight?
Not on the food service. You
No,
guys
the other.
You already voted on
It's
that.
the ones in
so
front of us.
I just wanted to give you an update on where that stands.
So it's
Right.
Briggs, Geyser, and UTS of Mass?
Yeah, just what's in front of us. Okay, we need a motion.
Motion made by Mr. De Silva.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Silva, seconded by Mrs. Picard. Discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the field trip requests as submitted.
Motion by Mr.
Second.
Iannetta, seconded by Mrs. Picard. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the resignations as submitted.
Motion by
Motion made by Mr. De
Mr. De
Silva.
Silva,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Iannetta and Mrs. Picard. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the leaves of absence as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Iannetta,
Second.
seconded by Mrs. Picard. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the appointments as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Palmieri. Discussion.
Second,
Seconded by Mr. Iannetta. No, I'm sorry, Mr.
De Silva.
De Silva. Discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the retirements as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Iannetta.
Second with regret.
Seconded by Mrs. Picard with regret. And I'd like to join that with regret myself on that.
We wish them well.
Yes, we wish them well in their retirement. Discussion? All those in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Okay, new business.
Okay, a resolution in favor of the Rhode Island General Assembly supporting any and all legislative proposals that would ban bringing firearms onto school grounds except by peace officers as defined in Rhode Island General Laws 12-7-21.
Okay, we have a motion.
Motion made by
Motion
Mr.
by
De
Mr.
Silva.
De Silva, seconded by Mr. Iannetta. Discussion?
Yeah, it's a quick question.
Yes, sir.
We've done this before, true?
Well, this is a little bit different. I think it came from some other community or something, didn't it?
Okay. I mean, I'm fine with it. I
Yeah.
just think we are already on the record having done this in the past.
It's a little different, I think.
Okay.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Okay.
Oh, this.
This is regarding the school committee corresponding with the town council regarding a position on hiring the clerk of the works for school construction projects.
Mr. Angiozzi.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we send a correspondent to the town council supporting their decision to hire a clerk of the works for the upcoming school construction project.
Okay, Mr. Angiozzi has made a motion.
I'll second it for discussion.
Send the letter to the town council. Second by Ms. Picard. Discussion. Yes, Ms. Picard.
So we had our facilities meeting last night, and Mr. McNamee or Louise or Bridget, anyone that was there, please feel free to jump in. My understanding through Councilman Wade Stephanus was that they are revising the wording of clerk of the works. Apparently, it's an old term. So we were clear about the fact that Gilbane currently in their contract has that they're the project managers. So there were a couple of conversations back and forth about who the hiring body would be, who that person would report to. So members of the facilities committee, including Dr. Pilata and a few others, asked questions to ensure that whoever is hired, that they be a member of that facilities team to ensure that there's not double levels of bureaucracy to stop the process, because we have a very tight timeline. And I know Councilman Wade Stephanus seemed very amenable to that. I know that we haven't had many other council members attend those meetings, so I think that in that correspondence, I would like to be thoughtful about the fact that we would like to make sure that it's amenable to the fact that the facility, that person, whoever hired, is a member of the facilities team, and that be thoughtful about how that works, so we're not waiting 2 weeks on another body to vote on what color the chairs are.
Is that okay with you, Steve?
That is absolutely perfect for me. Again, I just wanted to do it to show our cooperation and support with the town council, showing that there is no bureaucracy with us, that we're fully on board with doing it correctly.
John and Louise, you were there too, so if you could capture some of that conversation when we write that letter to ensure that that's
right. Thank you.
captured. Thank you.
Further discussion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it, so voted. Next item.
Okay, so the next is a request for approval of the contract for the North Providence High School Senior Night inflatable rental with the party people, and there's information included in your packet.
Okay, any questions? All right, we need a motion.
Motion by Mr.
Mr.
De
Silva,
Silva for the party people.
seconded by Mrs. Picard and the entire committee. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Next, let's see, report, no. Request to address the committee, none. Use of property request.
Be it resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the use of property request as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Palmieri, seconded by Mr. Iannetta. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Next item, approval.
Be it
of bills.
resolved that at the recommendation of the superintendent, the North Providence School Committee consider and vote to approve the list of bills as submitted.
Motion by Mr. Iannetta, seconded by Mr. Angiozzi. Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. Approval of minutes, Gina.
With regret, we'll, yes, I approve the bills with regret, as always. So I'd like to approve the executive session minutes and seal the executive session minutes for the dates of March 28th and April 4th, pursuant and applicable to Rhode Island General Law 42-46-4 and 5.
Second by Mr. De Silva.
Motion by Mrs. Picard, seconded by Mr. Silva, is sealing the minutes of March 28th executive session and
April 4th.
April 4th. Okay,
And then I'd like to approve the open session minutes for both March 28th and April 4th as well.
all right.
Second by Mr. De Silva.
Seconded by Mr. Silva. Discussion, anyone? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, ayes have it, so voted. No pending business. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn by Mrs. Picard, by Mr. Iannetta. Meeting is adjourned at 8:35.